Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today's topic is on solving systems of equation using elimination method. Today's date is the 13th, so go ahead and update your table of contents, November 13th. Again, you should be keeping up with your page numbers. Update it and go to the next clean page and title it and highlight it. Okay, so when solving a system of equations, we want to find the coordinate where both lines intersect. Now today's method is elimination method. So what the problem looks like is something like this. So the first step is you look at the problem and you want to see which of the variables you're going to be able to eliminate. Here we notice that we have positive 2 and negative 2. Therefore, the variables that we're going to eliminate first are going to be the x. So therefore, these go away. Now we have to combine whatever's left over. We eliminated the x's. Now 3y and 2y give us 5y. 7 minus 2 give us positive 5. So we have 5y equals 5. What we have to do is solve for the first variable, which is y in this case. So we divide both sides by 5. We get y equals 1. Now, as I said earlier, we want to find the coordinate. My y value is going to be 1. We're not done yet. We still need to find out what x is. So what I have to do next is use the y value, substitute it into one of these equations to solve for x. In this case, I'm going to use this top one since it looks easier to work with. So we have 2x plus 3. Now instead of y, I'm going to use my value that I found, which is 1 equals 7. Let's solve for x. 3 times 1 is 3. Drop these, bring them down. Minus 3. This gives me 4. I have a 2x equals 4. Divide both sides by 2. This gives me x equals 2. This is my x value. Remember, x goes first, then y. So my solution to this system is 2, 1. Okay, example number 2. Okay, so again we have our system. We have to find out which of these variables we're going to eliminate. We can see that we have a negative 2 and a positive 2, so that means we're going to eliminate the y's. Now we combine whatever's left. 4x plus 3x is 7x. Negative 10 plus 3, and we have to be careful with the integers, is going to give me a negative 7. Now let's solve for x. We divide both sides by 7. X equals negative 1. So in this case, we were able to solve for x first, and we know that's negative 1. Now we have to use this to solve for y. Pick one of these equations, whichever one looks easiest, and substitute that value. So in this case, I'm going to use this one. 3, instead of x, I'm going to use negative 1 plus 2y equals 3. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Bring these down. Move the negative 3 over. So we get 2y equals 6. Divide both sides by 2. Y equals 3, which is our missing piece. Y equals 3. That is my answer. Negative 1, 3. Let's try 2 more examples. Example x plus y equals -3, and 3x minus y equals -1. Okay. So here we notice that the y's, we have a positive y and a negative y, so those are the ones that are going to cancel out. Now let's combine the rest. X and 3x. Remember, if there's no coefficient in front of the variable, we can always add a 1. 1x plus 3x gives us 4x. -3 minus 1 is -4. Or you can think of it as you're combining 3 negatives with 1 more negative. So that's 4 negatives. Divide by 4. X equals -1. So far we have x equals to -1. Now we have to find out what y equals. So let's pick the easier one. I think this one looks easier to work with. So let's rewrite it. 1 times x, but we know x is equal to -1, plus y equals -3. 1 times -1 is -1, plus y equals -3, plus 1, plus 1, y equals -2. Now, it doesn't matter which equation you use, you will get the same answer. So if you wanted to try substituting it into the second equation, you should still get the same answer, -1 and -2. Okay, last example. Now, what I would recommend is that you pause the video, try the problem, solve it, and then check your answer with the solution here. So what I'm going to eliminate in this case are the y's, since they have opposites, -3 and a +3. Now we have to combine the remaining parts. 5x and 2x give me 7x. 13 plus 1 gives me 14. Equals, divide both sides by 7. X equals 2. So I know x equals 2. Now we need to find out what y is. So let's pick one of these two. I'm going to pick the second one since they're all positives and we like working with positives. So I have 2 times x, but we know x is also equal to 2. Plus 3y equals 13. 2 times 2 gives me 4. Plus 3y equals 13. Minus 4. Minus 4, 3y equals 9. Let's keep solving. Divide both sides by 3. Y equals 3. That's my missing piece. 2, 3. Now, if I ask you what quadrant is the solution, you should be able to tell me. If we have our coordinate plane, 2, 3 would be right here. So this would be in quadrant number 1. This is how you solve a system of equations using the elimination method. If this was too fast, you can go ahead and rewind it, watch it again. Again, I encourage you to try some of the problems on your own and then check your answers by watching the rest of the video. Thank you for watching.